Welcome to Real Perspective. I'm Russell Lockhart, and this is
Steve Madden, not the shoe guy.
not the shoe guy,
Not the shoe
not the football guy.
No, not the dude, not him.
So, and we're here to do reviews. Got two movies for you tonight.
Yes.
We've got Exit 8.
Exit 8.
Exit 8. It's a psychological horror movie.
Okay.
It's from Japan, so it's really kind of cool.
From Japan.
And then we have You, Me, and Tuscany.
You, Me, and Tuscany.
A rom-com that's brand new. So, away we go. Man.
Away we go. We're going to hit it this time. All right. Okay, so what are we going to look at first?
We're going to do Exit 8 first.
Okay, we're going to exit 8.
Yeah.
And then we're going to exit. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer, and we'll be back to talk about it.
Exit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three,
一体ここはどこなんですかね。
four,
も
five,
しかして
six,
私たちってもう死んでる。
seven.
そっちの方が地獄みたいで。
Three, four, 8.
Okay, Japanese psychological horror.
Or thriller.
Okay, thriller or whatever.
So,
Okay.
this is a pretty interesting movie. I kind of liked it. Kind of dug it.
Okay.
So it's got three characters only. Three characters. So when it opens up, the character is called the Lost Man.
Okay, the
Okay?
Lost Man.
The Lost Man. So there's a Lost Man, the Walking Man, and the Boy. They don't even have names. So those are the three characters, the main characters. Okay.
Oh, I'm getting by. I'm getting phantasm vibes. Okay, go ahead.
So when you first open it up, they're on a subway, and the Lost Man, which is played by Kazunari Ninamiya, if I got that right, Kazunari Ninamiya, thank you.
Okay.
So he's on a subway. There's a guy over there and a lady that has a baby, and the guy's yelling at the woman with the baby. You know, to keep the baby quiet. That they're all trying to ride the subway.
Okay.
And so he just kind of puts his earbuds in and ignores it, and all of that goes on. Well, as he's moving on, he's going to his exit, and it's supposed to be exit 8 that he's looking for. And as he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when he was supposed to go to 8, it goes back down to 0, and he can't figure out why. So he's kind of freaking out. He's kind of going in and trying to figure out how to get out of there, and he keeps hitting the 0.
Oh, cool.
And he doesn't know why.
All right.
So when he finally looks, there's this thing on the wall, and it's rules. And it's saying things like, when you see an anomaly, turn around.
Okay.
Don't ignore anomalies. So you got to be able to watch for these anomalies. And so during his travels, those first few times around, there's this guy coming around, the Walking Man, played by Yamato Kochi.
There you go. You got
So
that
the
right.
Walking Man comes around, and it's every time that he's on that one level, the Walking Man's coming. Same place, same thing. The Walking Man's coming.
Okay.
So he's repeating that over and over and over again. Doesn't know what's going on. Then there's a little boy that shows up eventually. He's played by Naru Asanuma. Yeah.
Okay.
And so he sees him every now and then.
Cool.
So the whole thing is so repetitive. He's just seeing the same thing over and over again. And so he's looking at this, and it says, when you see an anomaly, turn around. So he's at 0, and as he's going there, he's looking at everything. looking at the signs, kind of marking in his mind what he's seeing. Because he tried to take a video or pictures of everything, and it all came out blank. So he couldn't do that. So he's trying to remember everything. And then at one point he comes over and he sees a sign. You know, that's not the way it was. So he turns around.
Okay.
And next thing he knows, he's on exit 1. So he's trying to follow that. So that's kind of what the whole thing is about.
It's kind of bringing him through to get to exit 8.
Exactly. So it's all these different puzzle things that he's having to figure out. So going into that, one of the other things is there's a lady on the phone that talks to him, and it's his girlfriend.
Okay.
So that's one of the other characters that's not really a character in there. You hear her voice most of the time.
Okay.
So it's such a cool movie, and it's one of those that's really good puzzles, and you're kind of watching for everything. And I found myself, I'm looking as he's going to each, the level that he's at, I'm looking at all the stuff to see what's different in there, trying to figure out the whole thing. Some of them I got, some of them I missed. It's a really cool, it's a kind of a cool movie. It's got a lot of it's not boring. They make it exciting each time. Now, one of the things I'll say, to me, it reminds me of an episode of Twilight Zone.
Oh,
so that's really kind of what it reminded me of, is Twilight Zone. And that's my only complaint is this: if you had a Twilight Zone half an hour to an hour, that would have been a perfect show for that. It would have been perfect. It would have fit it perfectly. It would have been that. I think they went 98 minutes.
So, an hour and a half?
It's kind of like you're going, okay, get to it. I don't want to see this over and over and over again. So it gets a little bit repetitive, but the ending payout is really cool.
Okay,
I think it's really cool.
Okay.
So there is a good payoff, and I really enjoyed this. And the 3 actors, now the little boy doesn't do a whole lot, but he's there. Most of the time he doesn't talk, so you see him every now and then he'll talk. But there's a really cool art to the story that goes, and as at the end you're going, that's kind of cool. That's really cool.
Okay.
So I think it was good for the payoff. I think it could have been a little bit better, if it was only an hour. But hey, I don't want to pay for a movie and only see an hour.
I like this because they're putting some thought. You're not just going to find a remake somewhere.
Yeah.
They're putting some thought to this. Now, this was a live action film based on the Exit 8 video game.
Yeah, exactly. Exit 8 game, the video game. Yep.
Okay, so that's kind of cool. And of course, I was making jokes about the walking man. Reminds me of the tall man in the Phantasm.
He actually does part of it.
Creepy. Okay, why would they say it's a horror? Is there
there are parts of it that's a little scary.
Okay.
It goes in there, and it's horror because he's trying to figure out why this is happening. So you see parts in it. There are things in there that are scary. In fact, it's PG-13. Mostly for the scary images, and there's some
scary images, but you don't get all the filth.
Actually, it's really cool. It's not even cuss words in it.
Yeah.
It's actually, there's not a ton of talking in it.
Yeah.
So, and because which was cool for me because it was like subtitled.
Oh, so
and
it is.
so
That's
it
what
is subtitled.
Okay.
So, but it was neat. It wasn't that many words. So, a lot of times you were hearing them picture, eyes, this, that. Door, hinge, door, vent. So you're hearing him say the same words over and over again. So I learned a little bit of Japanese. So it's really cool. So, and I learned that door in Japanese is door. So
door is door.
Door is door. Mm-hmm. So it was just a fun ride and kind of intriguing to watch it.
Okay.
And I thought it was kind of neat the way and I kept thinking, why is this happening? Who's doing this to him? And these hallways are like empty, these places that he goes to, except for a couple of people here and there. So it's a good ride. So I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was just, again, my biggest complaint about it is that it could have been done in an hour or
shorter time
like
period.
Watching it on TV,
But it had to be a movie, so you got to have an hour and a half.
So they did stretch it, and I think I like that. I like some of the surprises they did in there, and then by the end. In fact, I know there are things in there that you kind of, at the end, you don't have answers right off, but you kind of deduce a lot of it.
Okay.
So you kind of look at that. So I know the guy that was with me, one of my reviewer friends.
Yeah.
We were talking about it afterwards and going, this person, what is this? What is this? And so we kind of put that together, and it was really cool. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So,
Well, I really like the thought, the whole. I don't know. They're good concepts. I mean, something that's not normal, and I mean, like that. Well, of course, with Rod Serling, what do you think? It was so popular back then.
exactly.
Came up with stuff that got your mind thinking.
Yeah.
And okay, and I do see this. North America is the last man on the totem pole on the release dates of this thing.
Yes, it
here.
is. You know what else I like about it is that I love movies that can take you in a small area. You're not in like a ton of sceneries. You're not moving scenery into scenery, and a small amount of actors, and do something with it. And I really love that. I remember there was one of the movies, that quintessential movie that did that. It was called The Room. No, it wasn't The Room. Was it? I can't remember. They were in a hotel room. It was 3 actors.
Okay.
And it was all about blackmail. And it was such a cool movie that I absolutely, Ethan Hawke was in it, Uma Thurman, which was American.
Oh, okay.
It was so cool that it was the script was so tight that you didn't need a lot of scenery to change to get that script. This kind of reminded me of that. I like this. You didn't have to have all the scenery change. You didn't have to have a bunch of actors, and it just sold it. So I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, this is good. This is good stuff. Okay, and subtitles. It's a Japanese film, folks. Yeah. Let me ask you this: what subtitles? Sometimes, okay, in my old age, I worry that I'm going to fall asleep during the movie. But anyway, I remember back when I was a lot younger, we watched. It was a French subtitle movie called The Man with the One Red Shoe.
Yeah.
Now, what ended up happening was Tom Hanks redid that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, but go back when that comes from a French movie, and we saw that, and it was funny, it was humorous, and that type of thing. Do you have any? Can you think of any of your subtitled movies that you really liked?
Absolutely. There were one of them is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Okay, that was subtitled.
That was subtitled. That was Swedish, I think. Swedish, I think. I remember seeing that when I saw it in the theater, and I was just mesmerized. The movie, the American version, not as good. Although the Swedish version is a little bit rougher. Yeah. But it was so good. It was like one of the best movies I've seen, foreign movies that I've seen like that they did everything right. And
so that wasn't when I said you said Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I was probably thinking about the American.
Yeah, not the American one.
Okay.
I absolutely despise the American.
You despise that
one.
one.
I did not like it.
You got to go back to the original source, folks.
The original was so good that I thought that the American version, it was like having a smorgasbord, and then you go in the next day and you have one little sandwich. You don't have a choice. It's just that was the thing. That movie was so good that the remake just left me wanting more.
Okay.
So there's some really great movies out there. There was another one that I loved, but I wish I didn't have to read subtitles because it was a murder mystery in the Swiss Alps. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like I watched that, and all I wanted to do is look at everything and look at the clues and look at the scenery. So, but it was a good movie.
But you had to read the subtitles, dude. Okay, and some people go and don't go for that too. Yeah. Some people, it's subtitled. No, I'm not going to go for that. The other thing that's annoying, well, actually, it's kind of humorous at times. It was the dubbing. Yeah, dubbing.
You see, I would be fine with dubbing on something.
Godzilla, remember? Remember Godzilla?
No,
hi. He just said 20 words and he just said hi. Okay, I got you. That's fun stuff to do. The whole history of movie making is amazing.
Absolutely.
Of course, silent movies. Anyway, don't get me off. I don't want to go off on a tangent there. Okay, let's bring it back to Exit 8. Ready? Japanese subtitle movie, and it's out in the theaters now, so you need to go see it. Hold on. First of all, we got to find out how many reels this guy is.
Yeah. So it'll be out tomorrow. I'll be out whenever we do this. So that's.
Oh, are they releasing it?
I think
tomorrow?
it's releasing tomorrow. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right. So out of 10, I give 6.3.
6.3.
It could have been higher. Just that one thing with
how long it was.
Yeah, it was like that they could have done this in an hour. It could have been a great Twilight Zone episode or something like that. But that's my only thing. They could have done something else to fill that time in. But I love the movie.
Okay, 6.3 on this. So you're above the fold there. So you would recommend them?
I recommend it. Yeah,
okay.
I recommend it. If you like psychological thrillers, psychological horror, if you like anything like Cube and they're like that, where someone's in a place when they wake up in this place and you don't know why. Those little bit of psychological horror movies. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you do, but where someone wakes up and they're in this 10 by 10 space and they're trying to figure out, and everybody else there's other people in the cube in other areas. So when those are kind of things that I dig because it's like trying to figure out why.
Okay.
There.
All right.
So this one, I was the whole time I was just thinking, why is this happening? Who's doing this to him? And how are they doing this? Is it magic? Is it, what is it? So.
But it sounds good. It's a great concept. I love the idea. It's original flavors. You're not remaking something again.
Not remade. It's not even something similar to anything else. It is just such a cool thing. And then again, when you at the end, you have that payoff that I felt was so sweet. So sweet. All right.
All right. We're not giving spoilers away on the payoff.
No, I'm not going to give spoilers.
6.3, exit 8. Okay, and we're on to
our next movie is You, Me, and Tuscany.
Tuscany.
Italy.
Italy. Oh, okay. You, Me, and Tuscany. Folks, we're going to show you that trailer right now. And we'll be right back in a moment to take a look at it.
So let me get this straight. You meet a random rich white boy.
He's Italian.
Salute.
So some random rich spicy white boy.
I'm Matteo.
And you think that that's a sign to fly to Italy tonight?
It's not about him. He doesn't even live there anymore. But he told me about his big old villa just sitting there.
Empty.
Don't come calling me from no Tuscan jail.
Ciao.
First time to Tuscany?
My first time pretty much anywhere. Hello? Who leaves an engagement ring in a junk drawer?
What are you doing here? Arresti questa donna!
This is all a really big misunderstanding.
Dio mio! She's marrying Matteo!
Yes! I'm marrying Matteo!
Congratulazioni!
What do?
You can pretend to be his fiancé, or you go to prison. Either way, it's very romantic.
Anna, this is Michael, my nephew.
I gotta get out of here. Oh!
Buongiorno. Gabriella wants to give you a tour of the vineyard.
Why?
Aren't you getting married there?
Oh. I used to dream of working in a place like this.
You're a chef. You belong here.
This was fun.
Okay, you pretended to be the white Italian man's fiance, but ended up catching feelings for the black Italian cousin brother?
It's like you just suddenly turned up out of nowhere.
I gotta tell them the truth.
You got this.
Will your mama be coming?
I don't have.
Una famiglia?
You do now. This is too much.
You deserve to live your life the way you want it.
Is that rain?
Oh my God. Okay.
You can eat, pray, and love me, baby.
Matteo, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Okay, You, Me, and Tuscany.
Yes.
Yeah, and I found out earlier today that I need to get my contacts looked at because I thought it was Halle Berry, and it's not.
It is not.
It is Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey from the Little Mermaid remake.
Okay.
Not too long ago, a couple years ago. So,
Okay.
and then you have, and I had to learn how to say this because I didn't know what it was, but it's Reggae Jean Page.
Reggae Jean Page.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's
watch it along. We're going to say it with us. Reggae
Jean Page.
Okay.
Now he was in the remake of Roots.
Okay. Ooh.
And he was also in the Black Bag. So that's where he's from.
All right.
He's the eye candy in this movie. One of the eye candy.
All right.
So and then you have Marco. Oh, this here, Marco Calvoni. So he's from the Four Seasons TV show, the new show that was based on the Four Seasons years ago. All right. So basis of this, Anna, which is Holly Bailey.
I got her.
You got me on that.
Okay.
So Anna is like when you open the film, she's a house sitter.
Okay.
But she sits for rich people in their houses and stuff like that. But she also likes to dress up in their stuff and go out on the town. So she's always doing this. And when you see her, she's being yelled at by a woman in there. Cameo time. Cameo is Nia Vandalos.
Oh, isn't she from Vardalos?
Vardalos.
And she is. Isn't she from the Greek?
Yes.
Okay.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding. One, two, three, the show. All of that. She's a funny lady. I like her. So she has a cameo in this. So it ties that in with the Greek wedding and everything.
Oh, that's
so so she gets kicked out of there because she's wearing this lady's clothes, and so she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. She meets Matteo, which was Marco, the actor Marco Calvaroni. She meets him at a bar. They start talking, and he's showing her all these pictures of he was living in Tuscany, and he's left because his family doesn't like him and doesn't want him around. He left, and he's showing this villa that he has. He said, "My villa just staying there empty." And so, at one point, he kind of gets her thinking about going to Tuscany.
Okay.
And her mom had passed away. They always have to have that kind of little vehicle to get people going.
Sure.
And had given her a ticket to Tuscany many years ago whenever she wanted to use it.
Okay.
So she decided to do that. She's also a cook. She went to culinary school, but dropped out when her mom got sick. So kind of the flavor of going into why she didn't pursue anything, and she's doing nothing but house sitting now.
Okay.
So she gets out to Tuscany, and there's a big festival, so she's kind of out of luck for where to stay. There's no place to stay. So she remembers, oh, he said this villa was empty. He practically invited me.
Yes.
So she goes over there, and she stays in the villa. Well, she's kind of snooping, as she normally does, and finds a ring. And so she's putting it on, just kind of loving it, and his family comes in. So they're calling the police on her, but she decides, I'm marrying Matteo. So that's where that is. So all the family is over there, and they're going, oh, Matteo's coming back, Matteo's coming back. Kind of where the vehicle goes here. She meets Michael, which is Matteo's stepbrother.
Okay.
Or adopted brother, rather. That's one that's played by Reggae Jean Page.
Okay.
And he's again a bit of eye candy. She starts kind of flirting with him and doesn't like him at first, but then flirts. Classic rom-com. Don't like him, and that's the what we're going to be falling for. So they're flirting. They're doing that. She finds out later he's a brother of the person that she said she's marrying. Wow. So it's all this stuff. It's some fun stuff. It's a funny movie. It's a romantic movie. It's very cute. It's a good movie. It kind of the hilarity ensues after that. The family's happy to see her. They want to bring her into the fold, teach her, have her cook at the restaurant, all that stuff. So that's kind of where the movie goes, and it's just a lot of fun. It's very romantic, very cute. My only problem, I have to have a problem with it, just because I'm tough on rom-coms.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of rom-coms. Before When Harry Met Sally is probably one of my favorite rom-coms. But one of the things that was in this that was just so bugged me so much, but it didn't bug me enough to not like the movie is it was predictable. It was like this is going to happen. You know this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Boom. Other than that, it was just a lot of fun. It was one of those movies. It's a really good date movie.
Okay.
It's a fun, wonderful rom-com, and just it's just full of that. I love Tuscany anyway. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say this: my favorite character in the movie was actually Tuscany. Because it was like beautiful, man. The cinematography will blow you away. It's just wonderful. Okay. So that's just like a different character in there. So that's my favorite character because it's Tuscany. But they do a really great job. And Halle Bailey carries that as a romantic lead.
Sure, she does.
I think she does a great job.
All right.
Same thing with Regé-Jean Page. Carries that as the love interest.
Yeah. And
it's just a fun. There's a lot of interesting people in there that they get as far as the family and their friends of everything. And you have the guy that's out there doing yard work and flowers, and he's singing Italian songs.
Yes.
And you have the grandmother that's very suspicious about Halle, like Anna, and why she's there, and is she really for real? So there's all these different characters that are just phenomenal. They've got some really great characters in there.
Nice. I'm going to throw some titles of movies towards you.
Oh, great.
A Walk in the Cloud.
Love Walk in the Clouds.
Okay, do you remember that one? That was Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
And it was built upon a premise that was not true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, she was married or whatever, but anyway, but they fall in love.
Exactly.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
Tuscan in the Sun.
I remember that. Diana Lane, who I love that lady. I think she's awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great place. I mean, the scenery. Now, how much scenery did you see?
Tons. Oh, absolutely. They did car rides. They did all these different things. And, just every time they could show the scenery, they did. Okay. And then, of course, Michael, the adopted brother, has vineyards. I mean, like a vineyard out there. So he's got rows and rows of grapes. So they had that. Some of the funniest scenes in there is there's a tour bus that comes in every now and then. And like at one point, when they're just starting to have feelings for each other, Michael and Anna. Yeah. And they're over there and the sprinklers start and she's going, my hair is going to get wet. It's going to ruin my tips. And so he takes his shirt off, of course, and he's ripped, of course. So all the water rippling off of that. And you hear the people in the tour bus going, I want that tour. Stuff like that. Oh. And then at the end of the movie, they've got like a blooper reel a little bit where all the people in the tour bus, apparently they just improvised a lot of lines and not all of them made in the movie. So at the end, they have all these lines that they were using, as the people were saying stuff.
You just threw a When Harry Met Sally flavor in there.
Well, they did that. They did that at one point. Is that can I get what she's having? So they did that as a joke. That was in the blooper reel at the end.
Nice.
But it's
and
funny.
It was a blooper reel.
Yeah, it's sort of a
blooper.
Just kind of like all the stuff that they said that didn't make the movie. That was cool.
I like movies that are so fun and so enjoyable that they can have a blooper reel at the end and it kind of enhances it to grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. I love those movies. So
that was
because I am a grumpy old man. Okay,
that was funny because of Burgess Meredith's part of that when he kept saying some really raunchy stuff on there, and it was like all that stuff never made it into the movie, and they were doing that because of the role, and you can imagine though how many of those that Robin Williams had. Oh yeah, because Robin Williams used to just roll with all the jokes, then they would only take so many. Aladdin, they said they have tape of all the stuff that he did, and they had to tell him at one point, Robin, this is a kids movie. You can't say that. Yeah, so he did all the things. So it's kind of cool.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yeah.
Tucker and Jackie Chan. And all those different blooper reels. Yeah. But that's good. It's something that you can enjoy. It's fun. Yeah. Okay. Now let me ask you some questions about this one right here. Violence?
No, No, not really violence. I mean, you had them tussle a little bit. The two brothers kind of got in a fight, but nothing really other than that.
Mine? No, she's mine. No. Anyway, and then let me see, nudity and sex.
No, so it is PG-13, which is kind of cool.
Good.
It's PG-13 for a little bit of language. It's just basically you only hear a couple of words. Twice you hear the F word, so it's like boom there, but then. And they didn't really even have to have that. They did, but the other part of it was sexual material. But it was more of someone talking about things. You know, like that tour bus talking about you know, I'd like a slice of that or something like that. So it was sexual material like that. But they didn't really get raunchy into it.
Okay.
So it's actually a good one for, I wouldn't say kids, but you know, I think it's a good one. It's a safe one to go see with your mom or something.
Okay,
like that.
that's cool. That's cool that they're trying to actually make stuff that you don't have to worry about. I'm trying. There's something about Mary that was but wasn't that a rom-com? But it was just
that was
nasty.
That was raunchy. It was funny. It was funny.
It was funny, but raunchy, disgusting. Anyway, wokeism, agenda.
No agendas. No, not at all.
Okay. No. You know, it's good that they're waking up and they're not putting that stuff in there because we want to have a good time.
You go see a movie, you go see a movie. You want to see a movie, you want to have fun. You don't want to have to think about politically correct or anything like that. I want to see a movie.
Well, that's going to be another category on our asking because are they talking about, is it political?
Yeah.
I am so sick of listening to that. You know, we've got, I mean, if you're going to entertain, let's have a good time.
I remember my dad would said at one point, I told him when I was younger, I said, man, you got to see Brian's song. And I said, Dad, you'll love it. And I said, it's about football. He said, it's not just about football. And I said, what? It is about football. He said, no, it's about someone dying. It's a true story.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. He said, I don't want to see that. I said, why not? And he said, when I see a movie, I want to get out of reality. I don't want to see reality. I've had enough of that in my life. So I want to see fun stuff. So, and that's the way my dad was. But he'd love things like The Water Boy and stuff like that. They're very silly and everything, but he did not like those reality movies. That made him just ball.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. I mean, but you know, and that's why we do go to the movie house or we watch these movies to escape and to have something to entertain us. Anyway, okay, cool. So I think that was all the questions. Now, the reels.
I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
You couldn't connect either one of these to Doctor Who this time.
Well, the first one I could connect to.
No way.
Episode. Well, it was a very similar episode.
Oh, okay, just the episode, not the actors, the directors.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Okay, the reels. So, I love this movie. It's a great rom-com. The only thing I had a problem with it is that it was predictable. But man, that did not stop it being a fun movie.
Okay.
So out of 10, 7.3.
7.3. He went up one from the Japanese.
The other one was 6. The other one was 6 point.
Okay.
So yeah, 7.3. I think it was a fun movie, and if you love rom-coms, you're going to really like this one a lot. It's not Harry Met Sally, but they can't all be Harry Met Sally.
No, they can't.
But I think it's a fun movie. I think that Halle and Ricky shine in this movie. I think it's like you see the attraction to them. They had a real. You could see that attraction to them. You could see that. I mean, it's not real, but I mean, they had a really good chemistry together. So I thought.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that Halle Bailey. Okay. Anyway, after the Little Mermaid flow and all that, she was able to do something good to her here. Yeah. So I mean,
and she does a great job in this.
Yeah,
she really does a great job.
Which means she probably has a good future ahead. Now, as for the one from Snow White, well, we won't get into that. But anyway, okay, so you said 7.3.
7.3.
Okay, 7.3. Alrighty, and again, because of time, we're going to get this out this evening and be ready for tomorrow morning. This movie is also going to be released
on tomorrow,
on Friday, April 10th.
April 10th. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And and we're doing our best, folks, to try to get things in line, get those releases out for you to see our show before the reviews before they come out. It's really will help out, especially if you're thinking like this weekend. What do I see? Do I want to see a movie? You know, go see Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Yeah. All righty. So let's go ahead and recap our 2 movies of tonight. The first one is Exit 8.
Exit 8. Gave it a 6.3.
6.3.
Solid movie with like a what am I thinking?
You're thinking about a psychological
thriller.
Yes.
Or psychological horror. But solid in that point. Okay. Just should have been shorter. But otherwise, 6.3, man.
Okay. All righty. 6.3 on the Exit 8, Japanese with subtitles.
Yep.
All righty. And the second movie is?
The second movie is You, Me, and Tuscany.
Tuscany.
And I gave that a 7.3 because it was a great rom-com, but predictable. Otherwise, it would have been higher. But it was a lot of fun. Fun.
Halle Bailey does great in the movie. Absolutely. So does Regé Jean Page. Y'all got to say that with us. Anyway, and they do a great job. Both movies coming out tomorrow or April 10th.
April 10th.
All righty. So I'll give you something to think about for the weekend if you want to attend or maybe watch them both. Who knows? All righty. Russell, thank you for those reviews tonight. All righty, folks, and thank you for tuning in to Real Perspective. We'll continue to come on. We're going back at it again into the seasons here, and but we'll be back soon with some more movies. But until then, keep the popcorn popping
and the sodas a flowing,
and we'll see you next time on Real Perspective.